If you're doing cold outreach in 2025, bro, you are cooked, bro. What are you doing? You don't have a predictable system to book meetings, all right? In this video, I'm going to show you the exact hook copy. I'm going to break it down for you so you guys can recreate this for yourselves and for your agency. All right. This video is going to be like 5 to 10 minutes long. Hopefully you can sit through it and not get monkey brain and jump around to the next video on the right hand side. All right. Hopefully you can stick through this and actually fix a problem within your business. If not, you are just cooked in general. You might as well not even start an agency in the first place. All right, but let's get into it. Ads have completely transformed my entire life. All right. I've been in the agency space for a while now. Right. I went from being absolutely cooked in 2021 with absolutely no meetings or clients, right? This is me on the left-hand side. I don't know what I was doing, bro. I was like trolling or something. And then here's like me getting no-showed, all right? Now in 2025, I have a tiny bit of motion, right? I'm making around 30K a month. I was just in Spain doing cool shit. I was on the penthouse, right? Whatever. I'm not just saying this to flex though, because I'm saying it because you can do it too. This is not that hard. The only thing separating you from achieving what you set out for is time and hard work, all right? But let's get into the actual ad itself. So you can see this is one campaign, right? I spent $1,000 on it. I got 75 website schedules, $15 per website schedule. Right? This is pretty cracked. Okay. And if you can get to this point, you have literally created an infinite money glitch. Okay. Like literally. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to play it for you guys here in a second. I want you to look at the zooms when I'm talking, the pattern interrupts throughout, and the meme hook in the beginning. Okay. Let's watch this.
Landscapers, if you offer hardscaping services and are doing more than $20,000 per month, listen up. My team and I are going to guarantee 6 new high-quality, high-intent jobs within the next 60 days, or we'll work for free until we do. Without purchasing low-quality leads online, inconsistent word of mouth, or spending thousands on SEO. We're going to integrate our game-changing strategy and our state-of-the-art AI into your business, which will consistently generate and qualify new jobs each and every week, all done for you. That way, you don't even have to lift a finger. All you have to do is do the jobs and get paid. But I don't expect you to take my word for it. Take a look at Ryan, who was on the brink of getting a 9-to-5, went from 0 to 52,000 per month. Same thing with Brett, who went from 6 to 40K in his first 2 months of working with us, and Robbie, who went from 10 to 35K by the end of month 3. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level and take advantage of our offer, click book now to schedule in a free consultation with my team and I, and we'll go over how we can get started today.
All right, and that's pretty much it. So as you could have seen, right, there was a little bit of a meme in the beginning, right? There's a guy going up the hill, and then mulch from the wheelbarrow falls back on his head, right? I deal with landscapers, hardscapers. This relates to them, okay? And then here's another one. There was some like fat woman running around with a lawnmower, and then I'm making a meme out of it. So landscapers who use Angie's List, right? If you're in the contracting space, you know about how most contractors have used Angie's List in the past, okay? So we're just pointing out a pain point, making it funny, and to grab their attention, okay? I want to break down the exact script now. So landscapers, if you offer hardscaping services and are doing more than 20K per month, listen up, right? Calling out our ideal customer type. Okay, so this is very important, right? When you run ads, you can't just call out a generic niche, right? Let's say like you're in car detailing. You can't just say car detailers. You can't just say, like say in real estate, you can't just say realtors, right? You have to call out the exact type of realtor or car detailer or landscaper that you want, right? Because they have to be making money. So that's why we say landscapers offering hardscaping services, because hardscaping services are more high ticket. They're easier to get an ROI on ads for service delivery, right? Because we can't just target landscapers who are cutting $50 lawns, right? Because it wouldn't make sense. So we have to target people who are doing higher ticket services. That way they also stay with us longer, but we also want them doing more than 20K per month. If they're below the 10K mark, they probably do not have enough money to actually buy your service, right? Because you got to think, these guys have guys they have to pay. They have insurance they have to pay. You know, they have to buy food for their family. They have to pay for the trucks. They have to pay for stuff. So 10K is not a lot of money. They're not profiting a lot at the end of the day because they actually have to run a business, right? So we want to call out exactly who we want and how much they're making. That way we know that they have investments in the first place. So we don't waste a bunch of time on a bunch of leads that don't even make sense and they don't even have enough money to buy our services, right? We don't want to waste time with those guys, right? So next thing, my team and I are going to guarantee 6 new high quality, high intent jobs within the next 60 days, or we will work for free until we do. Okay, so offer right off the rip, telling them what we can do for them with a timeline and risk reversal. So we're telling them exactly what we do, 6 new jobs, 6 new high quality, high intent jobs, right? So this is something that these guys want. They want high quality jobs, not just like some random person in the hood or whatever that looking to get their lawn cut, like I mentioned. They're looking for very high quality, like mainline type jobs that are a lot of money, right? So 6 new high quality and high intent, right? These guys want prospects and leads that are all ready to buy, right? They don't want to have to like wait around and say like, oh, schedule them out like 3 months from now. They want people who are ready to buy now. Okay. And then we set a time frame. So in the next 60 days, we tell them when we're going to do it, because it's not a lot of time. 6 days isn't a lot of time. We're going to get them 6 new jobs in that amount of time, or we will work for free until we do. That's reversing the risk on us. So if we don't do what we say we do, we will work on free. We will work for free, completely for free, until we can get you those 6 jobs, right? Next part. Without purchasing low quality leads online, inconsistent word of mouth, or spending thousands on SEO. This is their pain points. Okay. If you are in the contracting field, you know that a lot of these guys are purchasing low quality leads online, like Angie's List, Thumbtack, whatever it is. They're relying on word of mouth. Okay. Or they're spending thousands of dollars on like marketing services like SEO or stuff like that doesn't really work for them. Okay. This could be the same thing for realtors or whatever. Realtors, I know that they talk to their sphere, which is like stupid. It's just like talking to people that they know. They rely on referrals. They do cold calls. Like, point out the pain points that your prospects are already doing to try to get more jobs that aren't working, or try to get more work that isn't working, right? Point it out to them, because we know what they're going through. Okay. Next thing, we are going to integrate our game-changing strategy and our state-of-the-art AI into your business that will consistently generate and qualify new jobs each and every week, all done for you. Okay, so what we are going to do for them without going into great detail. So this is something that's important, right? We want to keep them a little bit curious about, we want to have some mystery about what we do, right? Because we want to be like, okay, we're going to do all this cool stuff for you with our game-changing system, right? Okay, well, it's something new. It's almost like, okay, like, say they're AI into their business. Like what are they talking about? Right. This is like some new stuff. It makes curiosity in their brain. So they want to learn more. They want to figure out, okay, what are these guys doing that's actually like working? Right. And then we're going to tell them that we consistently generate and qualify new jobs. So we generate the leads, but we also qualify them for you guys. That way, you're not wasting leads with like, the stupid marketing agencies that just send you leads. Right. We're telling them exactly what we do. And then we say each and every week, all done for you. So this is a done for you system. So on their end, they don't actually have to do any crazy work, right? And then here we go again. That way you don't even have to lift a finger. All you have to do is do the jobs and get paid. But I don't expect you to take my word for it, right? So without having to do anything on their end, which is their dream outcome, these guys don't want to have to do a lot of stuff, right? All you want to have to do is actually just do the jobs, right? And then get paid. So that's what we're going to tell them that's going to happen, right? That's all you guys have to do, okay? And then we say, I don't expect you to take my word for it, right? And then this is where we bring in a bunch of case studies. So these guys are, took Ryan, who was on the brink of getting a 9 to 5, went from 0 to 52K per month. Same thing with Brett, who went from 6 to 40K in his first 2 months of working with us, and Robbie, who went from 10 to 35K by the end of month 3. Case studies and social proof. So these are people that have been in the exact same position that most of our ideal client types are in, right? So we're saying, okay, well, if we can do it for these guys, we can do it for you as well, right? So we're backing it up with case studies and social proof. Listen, you guys might be thinking, oh, okay, I don't actually have any social proof. What will I ever do? I'm going to say something controversial right now. Go on Fiverr and pay somebody to make you a video testimonial, okay? In today's day and age, right, we have legit results. But in today's day and age, people lie all the time, okay? Everybody on paid ads and even cold calling and whatever, they all fake testimonials. So a lot of these people have worked with agencies in the past, have been lied to and burned, okay? This is almost like the second wave of hype around the agency model, okay? 2 years ago, it popped off and tons of people came into the market and oversaturated it a lot, okay? I'm not saying the agency model is saturated, because it's not. If you know what you're doing, it's not saturated at all. But with that, tons and tons of people signed up for agencies that burned them. Most of them were just 15-year-old kids who were looking to make money. I mean, I know I was, right? They're just looking to make money, and then they got money, and then they burned their clients, okay? So a lot of these guys have seen fake stuff and have been lied to, okay? So you got to realize that is what you're competing with. And people are still doing that, okay? People are still doing that, right? And especially in ads, people fake results all the time. So you need to have something, okay? You can't just be that one guy who doesn't have anything, right? I mean, it depends on your morals or whatever, but I'm just telling you what I think is like, just go on Fiverr, maybe get a friend, get your parents to just record one testimonial for you, just like saying, oh, like, they did a great job in my business, whatever it is. It helps a ton, a ton. Okay. But regardless, let's move on. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level and take advantage of our offer, click book now and schedule in a free consultation with my team and we'll go over how we can get started today. Okay. If you're serious, right? We're saying this like only if you're serious about growing your business, right? We're kind of fucking with them a little bit, right? Most people are serious about growing their business, but honestly, most people are not serious about growing their business. Most people are not serious about growing their business, but we only want serious people, right? We don't want people who are like half-assing it, trying to like, they're looking around, they're shopping. We want only serious people. And then we have a call to action, just telling them what to do at the end of the video, right? So scripts are divided up into 3 sections, right? We have the hook, and then we have the body, and then we have the call to action, right? The body, this section, and the hook are the easiest to master, okay? The hook is the thing that is the most important when you're writing ad scripts, okay? The reason being is because we want to capture their attention, right? You got to think, right now in today's day and age, most people cannot sit through even short form content without scrolling to the next thing. That's how ads are, right? If you're going to run ads, they're going to be on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. So you're competing with people who are doing short form content. Obviously, you're paying for views because you're paying for your video to get out there, but still, you have to grab people's attention, and you also have to keep their attention, okay? So that's why, like, when I showed you guys in this video, there's pattern interrupts throughout. There was zooms when Dom was talking, right? Like in and out, and then like, it would just, do the crazy thing, right? But there was like, there was memes, and then there was like, there was like audio where like it would like climax up to something when he was saying something, right? Stuff like that, okay? And then, obviously the body and the call to action are the easier parts to manage because you're just telling them what to do. But there's still a lot of psychological things that you need to say in this script. Okay. Maybe I'll make a video on how to actually, what those psychological things are, what you need to keep in the scripts, right? So whatever. The last few things to keep in mind when filming. When you're filming your ad, your background is super important. The things you wear are important. Get creative. Don't just copy people, right? Because I guarantee you, if I launch this video, people are going to copy the script, okay? And the script's not going to work anymore. You have to be true to yourself and creative to yourself, all right? That's the only thing that actually works. If you want to differentiate yourself from the market, you have to get creative and be yourself, okay? And then try as many times as needed to film. Right, when I was first starting out, I tried over 15 times to film this ad because it wasn't, we weren't pronouncing it correctly, right? Like he wasn't reading the script right. He was going off. It's just like, bro, I can do the script, right? But, film as many times as you possibly can because perfection is key, right? This thing needs to be perfect. If you half-ass your ad, you're not going to get results, all right? You have to take this very seriously because you're building a system within your business, okay? Don't make it sound like you're reading off a script. Obviously, people can tell you don't want to sound robotic. And then have a lot of casual conviction in your voice, right? You have to believe in what you're saying. If you don't believe in what you're saying, people are going to be able to tell, bro. Like if you say like, we're going to get you, like maybe like 6 jobs in like 60 days, like maybe, right? Like, bro, you can't sound like that because it's like, all right, well, this guy's trolling, right? All right? And the next thing, follow the script framework and think about the retention of the audience, right? Like I just mentioned, you got to think like these guys are on short form content all day long, right? And then again, just don't overthink it. This shit's not that complicated. Just stay true to yourself. And that's pretty much it, right? All right, that's pretty much it for the video. If you were interested in working one-on-one with me for free, yes, for free, and also get a chance to win this 15K Rolex again for free, just click that link in the description or DM me on Instagram. I'm not really too sure what's down there at the moment. It's going to be pretty straightforward though. So hopefully you can figure it out. And again, I'm doing this for free, but I'm only going to do it for 50 people. Previously, I mentioned I'm going to do it for 100, but I'm doing free coaching, one-on-one coaching. I'm literally going to give you my entire agency so you can copy and paste it, right? But I'm only doing it for the next 50 people only. After that, I'm shutting it down, all right? So if you're interested, just click that. And if not, whatever, I don't really care. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.